Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy, the Strongest Wizard, and tonight is indeed fight night, and we got my man Endeavor on the left-hand side rocking out that purple Luffy, as well as Trippy on the right with that smoker. And if you guys are thinking to yourselves, Wizard, why are we showcasing a smoker game? And well, that's because this is OP08.5 format. So smoker does actually get a couple new tools in the starter deck, which we will go over during this video. So I am very excited to talk a little bit about that. But this 5k swing does actually connect going into Trippy. And we are going to use leader ability here. We're going to ramp one down, take our own life, and now we're tapping 4 for that brand new Zoro. Now Zoro is going to search top 5 for a straw hat card, and then just pick one from the top 5 and then send the rest at the bottom of the deck. A very good card, makes purple Luffy very consistent, which is really nice since that deck only saw like the first 15 cards originally in OP08. So this is a huge buff. Grabbing that Sanji, which is quite nice. That 5 cost 6,000 power. When attacking, if you have 8 or more Dawn, you get to actually draw 1 card. Really good card. Also another point that makes this deck a lot more consistent, which is cool. But now Trippy sitting at turn 2, we got 4 Dawn up. What can we do exactly? Our hand is looking a little bit awkward here. We got 2 Gecko Morias. It looks like we have a Kobe, an Ice Age, a Rebecca. Yeah, not too many great options. We're going to swing 5k into life. This is an easy 1k counter, which is going to be that Nami. And then tapping 4 for the Rebecca and not grabbing anything, not playing anything, just dropping the Rebecca. Very, very tough to see. And now we're going to use Endeavor here. Endeavor's ability to ramp 1 Dawn, take her own life, to play like the Polly, pop the Rebecca, ramp 1 Dawn is active. Now we see a 5k swing going into life. This is a 1k counter, which we're going to give him the Kobe, and now we see an easy 7 into life. And I think we were probably going to take this. 2 cards out of hand so early is a lot. But we are playing a black deck, so I mean, obviously Smoker and all the other black decks have access to cards like Gecko Moria, as well as a ton of removal, so I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. We're going to go ahead and see exactly what happens here. We are tapping 5 for that brand new Tashigi. If you guys don't know what Tashigi does, if your leader is Smoker, you give minus something 4 costs on play, and then activate main once per turn. You can trash a character on the board with 0 cost. Now, using Smoker's ability, when we have 1 Dawn attached to our leader, we get to minus 1 cost to a character, and then if there's a 0 cost, then we actually gain plus 1k for the turn. So this is a 7k swing going into life, which does connect here. Now we're going to use Tashigi's ability to go ahead and trash that Polly away. I do think we probably should have done the trashing first, just in case we don't see anything kind of funny in our life, but nonetheless, it does end up working out here for Endeavor. I mean, for Trippy, actually. So 6k swing does get counter out of it with a Tashigi, and we're going to go ahead and possibly attach 2 onto our leader. Now, I do want to remind you guys that Smoker is a your turn only, so it's not like Black Luffy where he gains the plus 1k on both turns. That'd be pretty insane. So we see a 7k swing here going into life, and it does connect here, dropping Trippy down to 2 life. And now we see another 4 cost Zoro searching top 5 for a straw hat, grabbing the 0 cost event card, which is of course a straw hat card. And what do we have for 4? We have another Zoro. We are searching. What are we searching for? We see that 7 cost Luffy in the top 5, which is quite nice, as well as another Usopp. It looks like an Usopp, as well as maybe another Nami, which is a possibility here. And it looks like we're going to grab the Usopp. Now, if you don't know what that Usopp does, it actually rests a 5 cost or less if you have 8 or more Dawn. So it's like a sheep's horn, but you don't have to minus Dawn, and it's for 3 Dawn, and it's a buy. It's really good, and it's a 2k. Fantastic card. I'm actually not showing it on the screen of the close-up cards that we aren't playing just yet. So if it does come onto the board, I'll go ahead and showcase the the photo of the card. But otherwise, unfortunately, you guys are just gonna have to take my word for it. But it looks like we are gonna go ahead and swing 6k going into 6. This is an even 6 into 6, obviously. 1k counter out of hand, and Endeavor has a ton of cards in his hand. So 5k swing going into life. Very interesting here. We have, I believe, 8 Dawn active, so we might see a Gecko Moria coming down, possibly something else, but we are going to go ahead and play that Gecko Moria. Gecko Moria with only 3 cards in trash is kind of crazy. Grabbing out the Sengoku brand new card here. We're gonna trash two Navy cards, excuse me, from our hand to draw 3 cards. Not too bad, kind of getting rid of the cards we really don't need. Trashing a Suru and an Ice Age, 2 very good cards. And we're gonna go ahead and use a Rebecca ability to grab the Tashigi back to our hand. And do we have something to play? Most likely not. And yes, we're gonna go ahead and just pass. We just wanted to grab an extra 2k, not to worry, but we are facing a army of Zoros, and honestly I'm just thinking to myself, we swing 3 7s alone, that is terrifying. We are going to see a 2k swing. We see a second 6k swing going into life. I guess Endeavor not feeling any sense of worry here. Swinging 7k into life. We're going to go ahead and block it with the Rebecca. We swing a second 7k swing going into life, and Trippy just might take this one, or we possibly might be swinging into the 5 cost Tashigi. And no, we are swinging into life, and Trippy does take it. We're gonna go ahead and tap 7 here for that Luffy, which I was talking about earlier, to go ahead and bring out the Nami. Now, if you guys don't know what Onami does, we're going ahead and trash 1 card from our hand to draw 2 cards, kind of like a reverse queen, 5 cost queen, of course, but not as good, but regardless, it's a blocker, which is quite nice. So we're gonna go ahead and see exactly how Trippy can kind of come back from this. This is a menacing board. We have a blocker up, the 7 cost Luffy plus the army of Zoros, and not to mention Endeavor has like 7 to 8 cards in his hand. Quite terrifying. But like I mentioned before, we're playing black, we're playing smoker. We have plenty of ways to kind of get rid of this board. The question is, how do we get rid of multiple bodies at the same time? So 5k swing going into life. Actually here, this is an easy 1k counter. We're actually gonna give him a 2k counter, which is quite telling. And with 10 active Dawn, what can we play to make this just a little bit easier for us? It looks like we're going to go ahead and swing 9k into one of these Zoros, and we could have just blocked this. I think it's a pretty easy block, but we're going to go ahead and let it go actually. And let's see here, we can play another Gecko Moria. Another Gecko Moria wouldn't be too bad, but it looks like we're going to go ahead and attach 1 to our Tashigi and then swing a 7k into life possibly. If we give him a 2k as well as a 1k, then we are definitely swinging into life, and we're swinging into life. Endeavor grabbing his second to last life here, so now at 1, and now we see the Kaido coming down, KOing or setting to trash his 7 cost Luffy, and then making him pitch another card, which he ends up pitching the 7 cost Luffy once again. Now Trippy has no blockers. We have, I believe, like 6 to 7 cards in our hand. We have 2 6k bodies plus a blocker. I'm swinging 7s, 9s, and 9s, man. I am swinging for game because you only have so many cards, right? And with this 7k swing, it's gonna take 2 away from our hand, and now I think we only have 4 cards in hand. So if we swing a 9k plus the rest, I imagine you just end up taking it. Obviously there is the fear that you try to go for game and it doesn't work out, then you're thinking to yourself, oh no, I just lose. There's a Kaido as well as a Gecko Moria on the board, and this 6k swing gets countered out of. Very interesting here, choosing not to attach any more Dawn to our Zoro character. Quite interesting here, but let's see here exactly what Endeavor can do, possibly eyeing a 9k swing, or maybe even a 7k swing wouldn't be too bad as well. Trippy sitting at 3 cards in hand now. So if I swing 7k, am I really too worried here? We lose a couple cards, but then again, what is our turn after that, right? Like, what's our play looking like after the swing? So 6k swing going into life, and it looks like Trippy might take this last life. And if he does, and he does actually take his last life, dropping down to 0, and now Endeavor has 8 Dawn active. We see a big 10k swing going into life with that Onami, and does it connect? It does, since he only has 1k counter in hand. Endeavor does end up taking this. Thank you guys so much for checking out this channel, this video. I really do appreciate it, and stay tuned because I have a ton of new OP08.5 content coming out soon. See ya.